we're going to just talk about setting up alerts. So we talked about this at the start. So there are different kinds of alerts that you might want to create. And again, this is one of the questions that asks in the resource log. So you are asked to demonstrate that you're aware of how to set up an alert. So there are different kinds of alerts that you might want to set up. You might either choose a particular journal that's relevant to your field, and then just whenever there's a new issue of that journal published, you are alerted to the fact that there's a new issue available, and then you can browse through the articles in that new issue. Or you might use a database to set up a search that runs at some frequency, and then each time that search is run, you are alerted with the new search results. You could even use the database to keep up with just a single journal if that's what you prefer to do, but you could do that just as easily, or perhaps even easier, just by going to the publisher's website. So I'll go to that in a moment. So let's have a look. So, okay, imagine there's a journal that I'm interested in and I just want to be alerted when there's a new issue, new articles. Probably the easiest way to do it is to just find the publisher's website, and there's almost always some sort of facility for signing up for alerts. And I could Google for the journal, but the one I'm going to demonstrate I can actually get to through the library search as well. So if I look for Australian Journal of Primary Health, this is one I prepared earlier. So, oh, sorry, I've clicked on the print version. I meant to go to the online version. So this is one I've looked at earlier, so I know that there's a link through to the publisher's website, but I could easily have just Googled that journal title and found the publisher's website. So this is published by CSIRO. Here's the journal homepage. And if I scroll down a little bit here, you can subscribe to the email early alert or feeds for latest journal papers. So just click on the link, follow the prompts. Normally they just need a name and an email address, and then you're set up. And it will just send you a message whenever there's new articles or a new issue for that particular journal. So that's handy if there's a particularly good journal that's in your field. However, keep in mind that that is only one journal, so there's not a lot of literature that it's covered there. Another option for you might be to use one of your searches. So if you've done a search and you're happy with the search results that you're getting, you can actually use a database to set up a saved search and turn it into an alert. So if this is, I've recreated that social networking search we did earlier. I can now click on the save searches and alerts. So by default, it's just a saved search, but I can change that to an alert, which then gives me some more options. So I can choose how often I want to be alerted. Once a day might be a bit much. Once a week could be manageable, or if you know there's not likely to be a lot of new literature, maybe once a month is sufficient. But maybe once a day is just too much. If you've already run the search, it probably doesn't matter much if you change that date, because it is going to be just new material, remembering that it knows what it's already provided and it doesn't duplicate records for you. There's always a maximum time period. So the maximum you can have is 1 year. But however, if you still need that alert to run longer, at the end of that year, you'll get a reminder to say that your alert is about to expire. Would you like to renew it? So you can just click the appropriate links and it will renew for another year. You can choose how much detail you get, whether they're brief records, detailed records, or in a format that's compatible with some reference management software like EndNote. So you can also have got these other options. You can type in one or more email addresses, you can give it a subject line, and so on. So it's as simple as that. You'd give it a name. You could even put a description in it if you want to. So it will be saved in your personal workspace, but when you also choose alert, you'll get those notifications to tell you when there are new, or however often you've set up. So if it's once a week, you'll get a weekly email to say, here are the new articles that match your search results. So you could either choose a journal, and of course too, it is easy to stop them anytime as well. So if you were to create one today that just for practice, it's very easy to switch them off as well. So if you know of a journal, you might just Google the journal title and go to the publisher website. Or if you still have your search screen open, look for any option for search alerts. How you go about creating alerts and how they might be useful to you. Just as I say, once you've gone past the stage of doing your initial research and you get into more of your experiments or even writing, you can still have these alerts running in the background, and you can be alerted whenever there's something new that you might then want to incorporate into your literature review or bring into your research in some way.